Menopause, it's one of the most universal experiences that women go through. And still, it's the least talked about. Well, besides me, because I bring it up every chance I get. It shows up uninvited. It rewrites your body, your mood, your sleep, your patience, and life expects you to just carry on like normal. Some of us are in it, some of us are approaching it, some of us are watching our moms, our friends, and our coworkers going through it and thinking, wait, is this actually happening? And I'll be so different when I go through it, right? Because no one actually prepares you for the reality of it. So today we're talking about it, menopause, what it's actually like, how to deal with it, and how to support yourself or someone else if you're going through it. This is your guide to navigating menopause. I wish I had one. Hey everyone, welcome back to Still Can't Cook. Don't forget to follow, rate us 5 stars, and subscribe on YouTube. Today's episode is one that deserves way more airtime than it gets, or that I've adequately given it. Menopause is not just hot flashes and mood swings, though I'm sweating my ass off right now in a shirt that's killing me and I'm in a bad mood. So maybe it is just hot flashes and mood swings over and over and over again until you're old, wrinkled, and hair in your chin. That's what happens. It all just goes south. Anyone talking kindly about it is wrong. I'm having a moment right now. This is menopause. I was happy 5 seconds ago, and now I'm here and I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I feel like I have hair on my chin. I know I have hair on my chin because I plucked it earlier. Plant is in my, this is annoying me. Everything's annoying. Welcome to the menopause, I can't even say it. Welcome to the menopause episode where everything gets watery and other things get dry. Anyway, it's a full body experience. It can be confusing, isolating, and honestly a little bit scary. And for quick clarity, because this is something that a lot of people get wrong, menopause is actually just one day in your life, 12 months after you miss your period. So when we talk about going through menopause, what we're actually talking about is that long period around it, the transition, premenopause, postmenopause, and everything on the in-between. Just know, whether you're going through it yourself or just trying to understand it better, we're getting into all of that today. We're diving into what menopause actually feels like, the physical and emotional changes that no one ever tells you about, how to manage it and support the women in your life that are going through it. If you've ever thought, why am I not myself? This is the episode for you. Menopause isn't just a moment. It feels like forever. Scientific, whatever, who cares? We're not scientists. It's officially a day, but menopause is a process that we go through and we continuously go through until the point of death. That's the fun part of menopause. It starts and never stops. So it's not just emotional, it's not just mental, it's also physical. It takes over every part of your body. Anything you think it's not going to change, right down to your toes, it changes everything. And you don't see it coming. It's a gradual change. And then all of a sudden you look down one day and you're your mother, which isn't a bad thing because my mother's amazing. But speaking of mothers, you think that you'd learn something from your mom about menopause or your aunt or anybody that you had around you growing up. You know what? No. Because this is the first generation talking about it. No one ever spoke about it. I didn't know when my mother lost her period. I didn't know why she was ripping up the rugs and fighting with my father all the time. I had no idea why she got fat for like 2 weeks. No one talks about it. So now, here we are, the 50-somethings of us, full, hairy, dried up, angry, moody 50-year-olds not really understanding what's going on and having no one to relate to. And I didn't get to ask my mom because my mom had Alzheimer's. So when things started to change, I had no one. I had to go to aunts and older friends, but I didn't have that person to go, hey, I know we don't talk about it publicly, but like, what's the situation with the chin hair? Why is everything dry and then everything else wet? Why am I tired all the time? Why can't I sleep anymore? You know why your mom is always awake when you get up for school? Because she has menopause. That's why she's awake. Not because she cares about feeding you. She can't sleep. We don't sleep anymore. Sleep changes. It's the strangest shift because now it's forever. Everything is everything's temporary leading to menopause, You only have this for a short time. You only have this for a short time. You get your period for a little while. You have teeth that leave and come back. You grow new teeth. What do those baby teeth fall out? Everything. Then they fall out again when you get older. See, temporary teeth. The only thing that's forever once you get it is menopause. So that one day, it's forever. Because once it starts, it doesn't stop until you die. It's fun. Then you got to figure out your hormones, taking the right vitamins, doing the right exercises, because it's not just a normal exercise anymore, because we have to use weights for our bone density. Whoever told you about bone density? What is a bone density? Oh, right, osteoporosis. You got to worry about that now. Heard about that when I was a kid. I didn't know menopause caused it. The only alternative would suck. So you got to kind of ride the wave. I would rather be plucking my chin hair, doing my extensions, and sucking it in when I can to get my pants back on than the alternative. My plant's attacking me. Thinks I'm trying to hide again from menopause. It cut me. It's a crazy trip, but there is no other options, correct? So we have to then learn how to make the best of it. And one of the most important things is finding women around you that you can talk about it with, like me talking about it here, because it's not this big secret. It's like we all go through it. No one wants to have sex anymore. Yuck. We want to eat, we want to drink. What do you think? I think wine was invented by someone who was having menopause, or the husband of someone going through menopause to make her happier. Smart guy. I don't know who discovered wine, but whatever. They went menopausal, for sure, or it helped. Thank you. But yeah, it's not something that anyone tells you about. It's different for everybody. We all have different things that happen to us. Like my sister-in-law had nothing. She stopped having her period, and that was it. She did gain weight. Short of that, no hot flashes, no hair, none of the stuff. I'm like, I got all of it. And if there's something I didn't get, I'm going to get it tomorrow. I got all of it. I got the fat. I got fat. Like, I've lost it now. And this is another thing that happens with menopause. You gain the weight, and then you lose the weight. And then when you get fat, all your friends are like, you don't look fat. You didn't get... No, you know I got fat. You guys are lying to me because you didn't get there yet. And then when you get to your menopause fat, I'm going to tell you that you're fat. I'm going to tell you the truth because you lose it after a while. It's a lot. But it's also amazing because now I don't care about all the things I used to care about. I don't care about the simplicity. Like, I don't care if I blow my nose in public. And you know what? People with menopause, you fart. Older, whatever, you do it. I mean, I don't really do it, but you can get away with it as you get older. I'm going to be one of those old ladies plucking chin hair, farting around the store and not caring. I didn't get to the farting part yet, but we all know that it happens. But what else are we going to do? There's no option. It's not like we can even choose not to have it, right? We do all the things. You find the supplements, you do the estrogen and progesterone and testosterone and then what? And then you just wait. You just sit it out. Then you got to find the great parts about it, the freedom in it, because there is freedom in it, because you're old enough to tell everyone else to screw off when you're in a bad mood. The mood swings are menopause. The mood swings that start probably, I believe, I'm not a scientist, I know that's crazy, but I think they start like a few years before you lose your period. You start going through what they call perimenopausal rage, apparently. I didn't know anything about that. You knew about that? My partner knew about that because he was at the other end of that menopausal rage. I was bananas, but I just thought he was pissing me off more than usual. Oh, someone's here. Someone sent me, look at the size of these fucking roses. He's crazy.
Wow. Flowers. Show the camera.
Menopause flowers.
Oh my goodness. Sort of on again, I guess. Oh yeah, it's a fun ride to get here. But there's really no other option, right? So once you're here, we got to make the best of it. And the best way to do it is to talk about it, flip out, ask the questions, speak to your doctor, speak to your girlfriends, warn your partners. It's going to get ugly, but we're going to get through it. And then the other side is forever. So until we die, which is very optimistic of me. There is no shame in my menopause game. Zero, zilch, nada. I got no time for it because this timeline's shorter now. I'm at the end of the rope. Yeah, you might not recognize yourself some days, and that is really scary. Walk past the mirror naked during menopause, or the thing we call menopause, because again, we're not scientists. But walk past yourself naked in the mirror and go, what is that jelly stuff? What is the dimply shit going on your sides? Everything is weird, but it's great. You know why it's great? Because I don't have a choice. That's why it's great. That's why when you have to do it, you just go through it and you smile, making the best of it. I'm being an optimistic old lady. The hardest part is that no one really explains what's normal. There's none of it. It's all not normal. While adjusting to the new normal, how do you balance all these experiences and these feelings? There is no one-size-fits-all approach to menopause. There are ways to make it more manageable. Talk to your friends, get a group of people around you who are going through the same thing, ask all the questions, don't be embarrassed about it. Find the proper workout because it does matter. It does change as you get older. You need to be physical, be physically active. It does help. Keep your body moving. Sleep when you can. Get as much rest as you can because we don't sleep the way we used to. But it's super important that you ask the questions, get the right doctor, do the things, take the supplements, whatever it is that makes you feel better. Trust your body, listen to yourself. You know, if you don't feel like going because you know your mood is shifting because we feel it coming, stay home. Just trust yourself. Give yourself the grace to go through it because we have no options. You have to be able to give yourself a minute to adjust to the new normal. You should be honest. Be honest with your friends, be honest with your family, be honest with your partner. I had a very honest conversation with a new doctor. Recently, I had a doctor come to my house, was actually a nurse, as part of my new health insurance. And when she arrived, there was a weird moment. She was awkward, and I thought maybe she didn't like my dog, which is a problem for her, not for me. So she asked me to see all of my medications. So I give her my medicines, and with the medicines are the two hormone replacements, the estrogen and the testosterone. And she's looking through them, and I'm doing something, and I go to make a coffee, and she says, how often do you use your testosterone and your estrogen? And I said, once a day. And she said, once a day? I said, yes, one pump. And she was like, one pump? I was like, yeah, one pump. I said one pump. And I'm like, this lady is mean. So I sit down with my coffee, and she said, you only do this once? I said, yeah, I do this. I only do it once. And she said, well, that's very strange. She said, I see you're transgender. I said, what? My coffee, Neely, as I looked at her, I go, I'm sorry, what? And she goes, I'm sorry, I mean born a male. And I said, wait, that's the problem here? She leans over, she was sitting on my island in the kitchen. She goes, girl, she said, I thought you were the best surgery I have ever seen. I have coffee in my mouth now at this point. I think I spit it across the table. I was like, first of all, the fact that you correct yourself by thinking that transgendered was the problem, that is the correct term, that I would be offended by that, but that I had a great surgery was, I guess, kind of a compliment. Anyway, I get up to see on my insurance, it says Kelley Fahey, male. And by the way, it still does because I haven't changed it. But dead on the ground. She laughed, I laughed, she said, I just kept looking at you like, wow, this is the best surgery I've ever seen. She was wondering what I had done with my Adam's apple, because I do have a scar from my facelift surgery. And she was like, oh, she must have done the apple surgery. Born a male. Anyway, because I was taking my hormones. Imagine, she was like, you're not taking enough. The voice did not help, I'm sure. And I had on I had a lumberjack shirt on too, it was funny. Anyway, yeah, so that was fun. Talk to your doctors though. Make sure they know your sex. Start with that. Make sure your doctor knows you're female if you're female. Because when you're going through menopause, the last thing you want to be is the wrong sex, or called the wrong sex. Anyway, that actually happened. So how does one come back from that? Because I'm really not sure, and I'm still figuring it out. The good news is, though, she didn't make me prove it, which is what all my friends said. Did you have to prove it? It's like, no, I didn't have to prove it. Maybe I did. I'll never tell. Menopause forces you to have conversations you would have never had before, but it's important because it helps you navigate this part of your life. Menopause is about adjusting to the new version of you. And that shift does not just affect you, it affects the people around you too. Menopause doesn't happen in a vacuum. It impacts everyone around you. So when I ended up having my menopause day, I was traveling, I was away, I was with friends. I had no idea that why I was so emotional was because this was the lead up. Again, I never had heard of this perimenopausal rage. And I definitely, short of a lot of the other things, like I did have the hot flashes, but I had an absolute change in my personality that, looking back now, really my friends and family around me had to put up with it, and it was bananas. I can't believe some of the things I did. I would rage out. I would break things. I was physically, I got crazy. And I didn't know really even when it was happening that was what was happening. And now looking back, just recently, on again, off again, said, why do you think you were so nuts in 2021? And of course I said, because you did something wrong, naturally. But no, I said, I think now that I've learned, I think it's this menopause. Like, I think the lead up to all the changes that are going on in your body, like, it's not normal. It wasn't normal before. It becomes normal, because it actually does become normal, to be tired more. It wasn't normal to cry over things that used to not bother me. It has now become normal. That's the part. It's like, women, we are magic. We are magic because we just adjust. We have babies, and then we have an actual living thing, and we adjust. We adjust to craziness. Not that babies are crazy. But man, what we put up with, what our bodies do, and the things that this was me then, and this is me now. And everything that gets us there, it's like we forget. I don't even remember what it was like not to be tired. I don't remember what it was like to have my period. I wouldn't go back to dealing with the cramping and scheduling vacations around when I have my period. Many of you were probably still doing that. And many of you were probably like, I remember that. It was horrible. Can't go on a beach vacation. What if it's your prom coming up? Or you can't go on a date. Cramps. Oh my God. Yeah, now everything hurts. Not just my ovaries, my whole entire body hurts. It makes more sense that way. It's a crazy ride, and leading up to it, the people around you, if they hadn't gone through it, really have no idea what they're dealing with or why you're being nuts. And now, in hindsight, I have gone back to said people and been like, oh yeah, remember that drink I threw in your face? Menopause. On my way to the day. It was all menopause's fault. I blame everything on menopause now. Anything I did wrong between the ages of 48 and, 70, I'm going to just blame on menopause. And scientifically, I can, because everything inside me is screwed up right now. Nothing is balanced. So while I'm imbalanced, my friends are going to have to deal with it. Ride the wave is what I say. See, I just got moody just now. I felt my mood shift, and I don't know why, because now I feel like I'm defending myself for the menopause. I'm not going to defend myself. Deal with me. I'll be crappy sometimes, but I'm also really fun. But I need a nap. So in reality, leading up to this shooting of said podcast, Kelley, You Still Can't Cook, greatest podcast on earth. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, leading up to this, talking about menopause with children. My staff, I love calling them that, my team, because we're a team, they're kids. They're 10 years old. I make references to things and they're like, what? I'm going to chat GPT and I have no idea what you're talking about. Taylor Swift didn't sing about it. No, she didn't sing about it. Little Orphan Annie did. Go look her up. They're 12 years old and we're talking about menopause. I said, yeah, of course you guys are going to like the episode because you're closer to the vagina. You just came out of it like yesterday. Of course you're going to recognize what I'm talking about. And I wore the red shirt. The red shirt is RIP to my period. I'm wearing it in honor and in memoriam to the old days when I used to have my period. And I'm wearing a red shirt in honor of all of you who still have your period. Just know it will go away. As does everything. No, never mind. It will go away. Your period does end and life gets better. It gets achier, sleepier, shorter, but it gets better because you don't got to worry about tampons and all that other stuff. And you don't got to worry about what people think about you anymore. You get so much better after your period goes away. I think that hormonal stuff, the natural hormonal stuff, is definitely imbalanced too. We're talking about how imbalanced you are when it stops. Think about how crazy you are before you get your period. What is that called again? When you're getting your period, what's that called again? See? Menopause brain. What is it called before you get your period?
I don't know.
Post.
Your luteal phase?
God,
Pre-med.
This is what I'm talking about. I need older people around me.
Talking about like PMS.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Are you talking about what they used to call PMS? When you remember PMS? It's the same thing. I'm just in the M. Now it's just MS. No, it's PS. Post-menstrual syndrome. Now it's just post syndrome. There's no more menstrual. Anyway, the red shirt is an in memoriam to my period. I don't miss you at all. Not even a little tiny bit. I hated you when I got you, and I hated you when you left. Hated it. And I didn't want kids, so for me it was like, I don't need this at all. Okay, one of the things about being menopausal, or being a woman of a certain age, because that's what I am, is when you have to constantly be reminded of your age because everyone around you is too. So I work with a bunch of really young kids. And young kids, they're in their 20s, but still, whatever. I could be their mother. But I make references and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I feel older. And then something cricks. Like as soon as they say they don't understand a reference, I get another gray hair. I blame my producer for 12 of the gray hairs on my chin. What? Who? Yeah. Look it up, Deanna. As you get older friends. Don't hang out with kids. They make you feel bad about yourself. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. They do. It's weird because it's a comparison thing. It's like you can't do the things these kids are doing, or the energy level of kids. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Yeah. But I wouldn't go back. None of us would go back. All of us 50-somethings are like, we're not going back. So my team might be young, and you know what? Even that's fun and helpful because they do ask me questions, and I can answer questions for them, and I enjoy being around young people. It's fun. But that said, it's important that you have people around you who are going through what you're going through, and I am so blessed to have so many of my friends in the exact same place in life that I am. They're not thrilled that I'm announcing it. Sorry, guys. Everyone knows you're old now. But most of my closest friends are in the midst of menopause at some point of it. And it's amazing because we all talk about it. We talk about like what you're doing. What are you taking for sleep? What exercises are you doing? And it's funny because I have people who do bits and pieces of everything. I have, one girl's a trainer, so that's amazing. I have another person who's a nurse who knows what, then I have someone who does peptides. Like, I kind of have this potpourri of menopausal ladies who help us. We all help each other kind of get through it. I am the queen of menopausal dressing. I have now managed to figure out how to cover up my puffy belly, because I never had a puffy belly. So I could show my belly when I didn't have the menopausal belly. So now I know the exact amount of belly I can show, and I've helped my girlfriends cover up their menopausal belly as well. So I help them with their style, they help me with my sanity, and it's a win-win. It's great to have people around you who are in the same place as you, or have already gone through it, or even the younger kids who haven't gone through it, who have the questions. I think balance is key when you go through your changes in life. The changes, my mother used to call it. I just was going to say that. My mother would call it your changes. They didn't call it menopause. Your change of life is what my mom would say. And so to quote my mom, when you're going through your change of life, it's nice to have people in all different areas to get you through it. I want to laugh at the things my team has no idea what I'm talking about. It's funny when I have to explain what I'm saying because it's so long ago. And it's nice to have people who get it and are in the same space that you're in, and you can talk about and complain about the exact same things. It is a universal experience if we get lucky enough to get here. It's an honor to be able to go through menopause and be on the other side of it. I know a lot of people don't get here. So in all my complaining, I am very blessed and super happy about being here. And I love being a woman, and I love what my body does and what my body stopped doing. And now it does other weird stuff. But it's still as long as it's still moving, I'm okay. But I think it's nice to have a ground of support. So talk to your friends. Trying to explain menopause to my partner, my ex-partner, was definitely not something he was open to have a conversation about. And that was extremely difficult. So I hope you're lucky to be able to talk to your partner about it. And if they're uncomfortable, turn to your girlfriends. But it's something men need to understand. We are listening to Viagra constantly. We're seeing it on TV, we're talking about it. Men are very comfortable with we should be more comfortable with our changes and not be so uncomfortable and embarrassed. But something about a period is just a big deal for men from the beginning. We're not allowed to talk about it when we get it, we're not allowed to talk about it when we lose it. It's bizarre. So let's work on that. Let's make periods, like my shirt, a little bit more of a household conversation. Hey, Dad, I got my period. No, don't do that. Let go of the pressure to be the same you all the time. You got to give yourself grace. Also, if you are not the one going through menopause, but someone you love is, this is your cue to show up better. We need you. We need support. We need understanding. We need patience. We need a nap. We need frozen grapes. We need a colder at night to sleep. Be understanding. Sorry, double up on your sweatshirt, buddy, because it's going down to 60 in here. If I'm hot, I'm not sleeping. And guess what? Happy wife, happy life? I don't have a husband, but still, make me happy or it's going to be mean. I'm going to be mean. You need people who are going to understand the changes that you're going through. You do need to rest more. You do need that third glass of wine. Don't judge. I'm hot and tired. And it's so weird. The weird things, the hairy things are weird. Like you literally will get a random hair in really random places, like on your thigh. It's gross. You sit down to pee and like, what is that? Pubic hair goes, other hair grows. It's weird. Oh, that just rhymed. I'm a poet. Yeah, it's really weird, man. Your body goes nutso. But again, you're in a space where you're like, oh, hair, pluck. You don't give a shit. I talk about it on my podcast. I would have never talked about my period when I had it. Oh, now I'm like, period, whatever. I wear a shirt dedicated to my period. Remember, they called it your friend. Do they still call it your friend? It was never my friend. I hated her, him, whatever, they. I hated my period. Yes. Support the people around you who are going through menopause. If your mom starts being moody, stay away from her. There's nothing you're going to do that's going to change it. She's going to freak out a lot. Warn your dad if you see it coming, especially if you're the daughter, because she'll show you first. Now, you know what? You'll probably pick on the boys first. Yeah, we get mad at men. Ask your brothers. We get mad at them a lot. Well, they deserve it. But when we're menopausal, it's like, literally, like little horns come out. I'm like, oh, there he is. Remember that thing you did 12 years ago? When they start pulling up the past, we all know this. You know what? I'm on the other side now. So now I remember, I was like, oh God, I got so mad at him for doing something 7 years ago. Menopause. We can help each other now. I can spot it. I can spot it in a room. I'm like, look at her. Third glass of wine. Menopause. That little mustache. Menopause. Little crinkle. Menopause. All of that dry skin. Itchy. Runny eyes. Boogery nose. Menopause. Feeling understood can make all the difference. But as always, you might just have to laugh your way through it. Because if you don't laugh, you may cry, and you may do both in the same hour. Menopause is the most humbling thing that can happen to you because you have no control of it. You aim for all the other stuff. You remember being a little kid and wanting to get your period because your girlfriend got it and you didn't get it, or getting your first little boob. It's a whole other thing, whatever, we're getting there. But you want it. I wanted it so bad. I lied to people and said I had it when I didn't even have it. It was crazy. And then I got it, and I was like, why did I want this? It's the worst thing ever. And oh my God, I had no idea how much pain it was. And then I wasn't regular, so I had to go on the pill. And then everything goes weird when you're on the pill. When I was a kid, they didn't get it right yet. I wanted it so desperately. And then while I had it, when I recognized, probably in my teens somewhere, that I didn't want to have kids. I knew very young I didn't want kids. I was like, what am I doing with this? This is the worst. And then you stop having your period. And I don't think any one of us would go back to having our period. The only weird part is that you're at the tail end of it. Like I'm in the couple last, it's like the book is the middle, the period's in the middle, and now I'm at the tail end, which is kind of weird, but it can be fantastic. Imagine being an old lady and still having your period. Clearly, God makes the right decisions. We could not do that. We couldn't have to worry about our knees aching and worrying about tampons at the same time. We could not. Never mind. I'm not going to get I was going to say something dirty about my vagina, but I won't say. Not my vagina. Vaginas in general are dry when you have your period. I mean, we don't have your period when you have menopause. So if you got your period while you're menopausal, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, we all wanted it. At least I did. Then I had it. Then I hated it when I had it. Then I lost it. And I didn't even care I was losing it, except for that I went bananas. I went bananas on the way to it. On the way to the end of the menopause day, I was batshit bananas. And I didn't even know I was bananas because you blame everyone around you for making you nuts, just like you used to do when it was PMS. It wasn't PMS, it's because your boyfriend knows you're about to get your period, and they were all these idiots right before you got your period. I think men in general use these parts of our lives to set us up. Everyone wanted their period. I know I did. And then we get it. And then we hate it when we have it. And then we lose it. And then we want what it gave us when we had it. But we hated it. It doesn't make sense. But it did give us something. Youth. I thought I was dramatic before, but it turns out I had just not unlocked this level yet. There's something powerful about embracing this phase of menopause instead of fighting it. It's empowering as much as it's scary, and we're learning new things about our bodies every day. And thank God people are talking about it, and there's people you can seek out and learn more about menopause. More women are talking about it, so there's information out there if you look for it. It's really a beautiful time in our lives when we don't have to worry about those things. Periods were a big deal. It was a big problem, and it took up so much of our time and energy, and that's out of the way now. Getting pregnant is off the table. You don't have to worry about that if you're still having sex. I don't know who is, but if you are, good for you. When you stop worrying about what everyone else thinks, life gets easier. And I think once you go through all the stuff it takes to get you to the point of menopause, you're in your 50s, usually, sometimes 40s. You've gone through so much already that you're kind of unbothered by the little things. Now, I don't know if it's because of menopause that happens, or if because you get so much behind you and learn so much by the time you get there that it's just life taking its course, or if the physical changes that happen in your body actually get you a place of like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't sweat the small stuff. The things that annoy me are big things now. That's it. I don't care about the little things. You get to a place where all the things that used to make you nuts, or the things that you thought you couldn't talk about, bodies, sex, your physicality, If I had a pimple, people put those things, kids are wearing stickers on their faces. You can't have a pimple anymore. You have to put a sticker over it now. Yeah. I'm going to talk about pimples. If I have a pimple, I'm going to tell you, because that means some part of my body is still young. You don't get pimples anymore as you get older, by the way. You get rashes. You get sun rashes and weird other stuff, but you don't get actual pimples. And if someone has a pimple after 50, I want to know about it, because that means you're a little bit younger than me. everything gets dry. Your skin gets too dry from pimples. I don't think it's possible. But you get to a place where if I got to sit now, I would just pop it on camera and not even care. You don't care anymore about the little things. And you find a tribe of people around you who are going to ride the wave, the end wave with you. And it's the best part of it. The people you surround yourself with at this point are the ones you know you want to go out with. Like we're going hard. We're going till the wheels go off now, right? And so if you're going to be in my life after menopause, you're real. This is going to be the real deal people because I don't got enough time. I did all the shit in the beginning with the mistakes and the wrongs and I still have a little bit to go on the relationship aspect of that. But when it comes to friends and it comes to how I treat my family and the time I spend with the people I love, I think that the menopause has definitely given me a clearer vision of who I am and what I want in my life. Now, I don't know if that's because of the loss of my period, but I do believe, if I remember correctly, there's something crazy about those years when you have your period. Because it's this chemical of always wanting to be in love or feeling like you're not good enough. I think there's an insecurity that happened when I personally had my period. I was like, I didn't know if I looked cute. I was always worried and concerned about it. I don't know what the chemical thing is, because again, I'm going to say I'm not a scientist, but whenever that chemical is that makes you insecure, I think I can speak for all of us, we ladies of a certain age, I think when we stop getting our period, we stop having that insecure, scared feeling of what anyone else thinks of us. I think we are really in tune with our own opinion of ourselves and self-help and do all the things you need to do to be a better you, but something about your period makes you insecure. You don't trust yourself when you have your period. There's something iffy about having blood come out of your body every month. It's just not okay. I know it's normal and healthy and all the stuff we're supposed to be doing, but it's still weird. It makes you kind of uncomfortable, and at least me. When that stopped, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's supposed to go away. Yeah. So anyway, it's a good time. Ride the wave, enjoy it. Surround yourself with great people. Read, look up, ask the questions, get on the computer, Google all your side effects. You're going to find out you have the weirdest form of cancer. Don't Google everything. By the way, when you Google some stuff, it comes up as crazy stuff. I've died 12 times. So if you're going to Google it, then call your doctor and find that if you really do have 7th-stage ovarian cancer, because I didn't. Ask the questions, talk to your doctors, find the right group, have a tribe of women around you who love you, have a tribe of men around you who love you too, because men have to ride this out with us. We live in the same planet. You get to take Viagra, we get to be mean sometimes. That's how it works. We'll ride you. Oh, we'll ride you. That was funny. No, we won't. Not after menopause, we won't. But have powerful people around you who love you and who support you and support your friends and ask the questions. And if you think someone you love is going through menopause, be very, very careful. Tread lightly. Tell her she's pretty. No, you don't look like you gained weight, mommy. Her girlfriends can tell her she got fat. Yeah, never tell her she's fat. Girlfriends are there for that. Menopause is not an ending. It's a transition into the new part of yourself. And that's really what this is all about. Menopause is not something to dread. It's something to understand and embrace. The important thing is not losing yourself. You're embarking on a journey that many have walked before and many will walk after you. Support, honesty, and information make a huge difference. And yes, a little bit of humor always helps. More open conversations like this are really what we need moving forward. So don't forget to subscribe to Still Can't Cook. And share this with a friend who's going through it. Or aggressively Googling, why am I like this? When it's probably just menopause. Thanks for being here. We will see you next week for a brand new episode of Still Can't Cook. Bye. Hey guys, thank you so much for showing up for another episode of Still Can't Cook. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, on YouTube or any other podcast provider. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, please follow us at Still Can't Cook. Love to have you guys back every week. So happy that you joined us and look forward to seeing you next week.